G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video guys, we are doing the Reptile room update for September 2023. This is part 1 of 2. So in this week's episode, we are doing the lizard room. The next week, we are doing the snake room. And go from there, hey? Anyway, for this month guys, we will start over here. We'll start with Crystal, who is my female pygmy bearded dragon, who decided to wake up from brumation a couple of days ago. She's doing fantastic otherwise. All she's done last couple months has been sleeping, so it's great to see her out and about more regularly. She did come out once or twice throughout the brumation period, but didn't do much. So she's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. In her enclosure, we use a very fine grained sand as a substrate. I know people go mental over that, but hey, I've had no problems with it, so deal with it. I'll be honest. If you gotta say anything about sand, guys, I'm not gonna respond. I don't care. Anyway, got a silicone rock as a basking spot, backing, a couple ornaments in here for to sit on. I do offer her a hide because she does like hiding, but most dragons don't tend to use it, or at least bearded dragons I should say. We've got a food bowl, water bowl, a backing. Now most of my enclosures have the combination of the heat element, or I should say the infrared projector, and the LED UVB light bars. If there's any kind of changes when it comes to the heating, I'll point that out. Otherwise, most of my enclosures have this kind of combination. I'm finding these two work quite well, and so far I'm giving them the thumbs up. So yeah, from what's the company? Get Your Pet Right. That's kind of the heat and UV I use from them. So good stuff. But yeah, nothing too crazy to report on Crystal. Below Crystal, we've got Suey. I feel bad for Sue. This is probably the third time I've done this to her, the poor thing. The lighting on this shelving is a bit shocking. Probably get a better light down the track, but it's not important at the moment. Sorry, Sue, where are you? Oh, there she is. Now, Sue here is my sand simmer. Come on out. There she is. She's a beautiful little specimen. She hates being touched, hates being disturbed, and hates everything in life at the moment. That's okay, we'll leave her be. You saw a glimpse of her. So Sue's housed in a 50 centimeter enclosure with just under 2 feet. In her enclosure, we've got her hide. There's a heat pad at this end, keeping this area warm. We've got a bit of bark in there where she can hide on the surface. Fake plant, water bowl. We've got another hide that she just entered now, and her backing. There's about 2 to 3 inches of sand there for her to burrow into, and there's a light strip on this shelf to display all the little critters that are on the shelf. That's Suey. We go across now to Charcoal, and we got Charcoal girlfriend. So Charcoal's new girlfriend is named Luna. She's actually out and about. Very confident, very easygoing little gecko, much easier to handle compared to Charcoal. Now I have seen these two lock up a few times, so I've got to get this little cage ready for nesting for Luna. Charcoal, her partner in crime. Oh, there he is. Come here, buddy. No, you're going back in the hide. There he is. He's a little fellow, but that's as big as he will get. I think he's lost a bit of weight, but just be honest, he's more focused on getting the girl. Off he goes. Probably got to look for her again and do said activity. But anyway, both are doing fantastic. This is the second species of gecko I'm attempting to breed ever. The first one was Salt and Pepper, who are two better knobtail geckos. But saying that, bit different from a knobtail to a spine tail. So, see how we go, hey. So, they're housed in a 1-foot enclosure. In the enclosure, well, we've got a backing on the outside. Got 2 hides in here. There's a heat pad at the back here. There's multiple branches in there for them to climb on. A fake plant, water bowl, and at the moment it stands as substrate. Now I might end up upgrading these two to something of this size, depending how we go. But so far, I'll leave them in here as a happy and healthy. Next door to them, we've got the very naughty Valentino. Now, for those who don't follow me on Instagram, I suggest you do. I do post stuff there from time to time. This little fella here thought this morning it would have been funny to bite me and think to eat my finger because he thought he's eating food. But today's Monday, mate. You get food on a Tuesday. Okay? So Valentino, he's a yearling children python that I kept back from my first ever clutch. You'll see his parents in the next video. But anyway, his setup, guys, is just a 1 foot enclosure, 2 hides in the enclosure. There's a heat pad on this side of the enclosure, keeping him warm. Substrate is a cocoa peat, cocoa core, what you want to call it. That's pretty much the 2 substrates I use personally. Is a very fine grain of sand or the cocoa peat stuff that's when it's dried out. So that doesn't cause too much humidity for certain species, that is. And there's a water bowl in the back corner there, as you can see. But yeah, he might get upgraded soon. For saying that, he seems to prefer small enclosures for the most part. So I'll leave him in here for the time being till he gets a bit bigger. Now we'll go up here. Oh, there we go. So why he's got his little head sticking out, and see you later, mate. So I don't know if you guys saw a glimpse of that. I'm not putting my hand in there because Dusty is on the move. When I mean he's on the move, he's had his heat for the day and he's running around like a lunatic in there. So Dusty is a black-headed miner or Tristan's miner, whatever you prefer to call him. A very shy, very skitchy species, so I don't want to freak him out much more. I had to assist feed him this morning with a couple of pinkies, just to make sure he's just maintaining weight and make sure he's eating something too, because I never see him eat. So he might be eating, but I've just never seen it. But anyway, he's housed in a 140 centimeter enclosure. It's around up to 5 feet. It's just below 5 feet anyway. So in his enclosure, guys, we've got his LED light bar. We've got his heat. We've got his branches that he will climb on and do crazy things, I guess. He's got his fake plant, his hide there, sand, crocodile skull, food bowl where I put his insects in. We've got his water bowl and another hide over here for him if he wishes to go and cool down. However, there's only 3 places I ever see this lizard. A, on the light bar, also on the cage, that's B, and then in between the light bar and the top of the cage, he sits right up there every single day. So I might put up a photo of it later on if he comes back out. If not, then we'll leave it as it is. Below Dusty, we've got Echo, who is my female Eastern War Dragon. How you going, sweetheart? She's doing fantastic. She's been a bit moody lately, only because things have been kind of out of routine for her, and she hates change. She hates me giving attention to Crystal or any other lizard in the room, or if I'm not giving her attention, regardless, of giving her treats, she becomes a moody little thing. Hey, she'll give me the evil eye, and when I go to pat her, she'll just jump away and pretty much go, "Nah, bugger ya, don't want it." So, yeah, moody thing, aren't you? Anyway, in her enclosure, got a hide, substrate, couple pieces of wood and rocks in here for her to sit on. Got a diva sign, hammock, couple branches. Got a backing, heating UV, a fake plant that she likes to sit on and make a mess out of. We've got her water bowl, and yeah, that's kind of about it for Echo. But nothing too mental with her at the moment. Hey, down below Miss Echo or Miss Diva, we like to call you. Hey, anyway, enough about her. Down here we've got my pair of Shinglebacks, Monty and Anastasia. Both are doing quite fantastic. Now, I'm not promising they will breed, but it would be awesome if they'll breed. I don't know about this year, but maybe next year. It's my goal one day to have these two have babies. But saying that, it comes down to the animals themselves. At the moment, I haven't seen anything regarding to breeding, but saying that we are just coming into breeding season here in Australia. So, you never know. The last couple of years, this guy was on the hunt, looking for a girl, and this year I was able to find one for him and see what happens. So obviously this is Monty, that's Anastasia. Both of us currently having a nap, so I don't want to spend too much longer. So in the enclosure, we've got the substrate, 2 hides that they will both share actually, which is funny. If one of them's in there, the other one will come in. If one of them's in there, the other one goes in with it. So it's kind of sweet actually. We've got their backing, heating UV, water bowl, and their food bowl, which I haven't really touched at the moment. However, give it another hour or so, and the other one will wake up and eat it all. Usually, Anastasia is the first one to the bowl every morning. Then Monty will come over in the afternoon and finish it off. Fatty little boombas. Oi, Echo, knock it off. Okay? Hey, don't you do it. Should start head bombing and hand waving. Now to the other side of the room. So this is my skink rack, I like to call it. We'll start down low because I hate being on the ground. Because there's no room between my bed and this shelving unit. In here we've got Pedro, who is my pink tongue skink. Actually found him straight off. That's awesome. He's not doing too bad. I don't tend to see this guy out much these days, but however, yeah, he is a nocturnal species. He's brumating and whatnot. So I might end up downsizing him to a 2 foot again. When he was in one of those, he did awesome, had no dramas. Since putting him in a bigger cage, he's kind of become a bit different. So I might go down and just keep him smaller enclosure. So he's in a 3 foot enclosure. In his enclosure, substrate, wood wall, backing, fake plants, branches in here as well. He's got a heat pad over there underneath that hide there, obviously under the enclosure. That's how you install your heat pads. Good layer of substrate for him to burrow into. I do find he does dig from time to time. So his food bowl. He's got a cave up there as well. But yeah, and a light strip too, just to display his enclosure and give it a nice touch. Now, onto the last 4 animals. Now, they're all pretty much identical to each other, so I'll go for the setup and go from there. So we've got Blaine, Bluey, Billy, and Bo. Now, pretty much each enclosure is a 4 foot enclosure other than Blaine. She's a 3 footer. In each enclosure, there's one hide at least. Blaine has 2. There's heat and UV in each enclosure. So Bluey, Bo, and Blaine have a heat and UV. So heat element, I should say. Blaine's got a heat pad and the light. So she's a bit different again. We've got a couple of rocks in there for them in each. Substrate, food bowl, and wood bowl. So that's pretty much the gist of each enclosure. We'll say go to Bo first. Hey legend, how you doing? Having a sleep day? He's been quite active this winter, I should say. So we're coming back into spring and hopefully he'll be more active again then. He's a funny bugger. He's a very cool, calm, and collected blue tongue. Never an issue with him. Never, I'll be honest, it's always a dull moment, but this is a mellow blue tongue compared to the rest. It goes with the flow. This one's gaining more confidence. Oh, by the way, Bo, Bluey, and Billy are Easterns. Blaney up here is a lowland blotch blue tongue. She's getting more and more confident. She'll come up to me now, which is great. But we're still working on her shyness. Here she is. So she's a little runt, so she won't get any bigger than this, unfortunately. But she's still a beautiful blue tongue, still a sweetheart. Just a very shy animal. But yeah, nothing too crazy reporting on her, other than the fact that she's getting more bold, I will say. I've kind of found the trick. She loves her woodies, or wood roaches. So that's why I made to get to her heart, I suppose. She's treating them with food. Now, this one is never a dull moment, this blue tongue. Here we have Bluey. He's the brother to Bo. He's doing exceptionally well. Hey, you've always been a funny bugger. So you got to play little games with this one, otherwise he gets a bit cranky. However, he's a legendary blue tongue in my eyes as well. My mate was coming and say hi. There he is in all his glory. You're not happy because I pulled you out of your house, didn't I? Hey, he's a funny blue tongue. So Bluey and Bo, about 13 years of age. Blaine's only 5 and Billy's only 3. So there's a bit of an age difference between all of them, other than Bluey and Bo, born on the same day. And speaking of Billy, she's getting there slowly. She's still a bit shy, but she's the biggest out of the 4 blue tongues that have. There she is. Hey, what are you doing, you fatty boomba? Hey, she's still a funny blue tongue. If you guys are interested, I might do a series on each of my reptiles. Get to know them more personally. Get to know a bit more of their life and how it came out of getting them, and what's happened since they've been in my care. I think that'll be kind of a fun series to make. So, yeah, that is the lizard room done. Next week, guys, we are doing the snake room, so stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys all watching to the very end, and thank you all for watching the video in general. So that's it. I'll sign off here. So, yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time.